Спасибо. I will speak in English because one of the objectives of today's event is to reach out to not just to Russians, but to people from all over the world, and to speak about political prisoners in Russia. So today, on Alexei Navalny's 47th birthday, we take this opportunity to honor and remember him and other political prisoners in Russia. I had the opportunity and privilege to meet him in 2010, and we became colleagues and friends. And over years, Navalny emerged as the most prominent Russian opposition politician and the main enemy of Vladimir Putin. He summoned hundreds of thousands of Russians to the streets. He conducted groundbreaking investigations. He launched a mayoral campaign in 2013 and almost got to the second round. He made a very vivid presidential campaign in 2017, and it allowed him to speak the message of truth, accountability of the government, and power to the people, to Russian people. He created a formidable political organization, and for all this, he is now in prison. This is the third birthday that he spends in jail. He's now serving 9.5 years under strict conditions. A trial that could add up to 35 years to his verdict is due to start imminently. He has trouble communicating with his lawyers. He's denied meetings with his relatives. His health is in constant danger. He's regularly in and out of solitary confinement. All of this is happening against the backdrop of brutal Russian aggression in Ukraine. And the situation in Russia is getting more and more oppressive by the day. Alexei's life in prison is in great danger. Yet he's not afraid, and he raises his voice against dictatorship and against the war. I'm optimistic that he will defy this threat. The last 3 years, we have seen nothing less of an epic or biblical story. He is assassinated by a brutal dictator. He miraculously recuperates. He conducts investigation into his own assassination, at some point even speaking to one of the people who was ordered to kill him. Despite all the risks, he returns back to his home country and is thrown in jail, and even from jail he speaks the word of truth and courage. And I believe that this miracle will continue, and he will be free, and a day will come when he will play an important role in transforming Russia into a normal country. Dozens of thousands of people in Russia suffered from political persecution. Hundreds have been put in jail for their free speech and opposition to dictatorship. I will name just a few with whom I had the honor to meet personally. Lilia Chanisheva, Ilya Yashin, Vladimir Karamurza, Andrei Pivovarov. These are people of immense bravery, as well as many others whom I don't have the opportunity to name today. The fact that you're here today means that their struggle is not in vain. By keeping them in public spotlight, by communicating with them and about them, we provide them with a lifeline of support, but we're also doing it for ourselves and to prove to ourselves that we're decent human beings. They are not alone. There are protests today in 7 cities in the United Kingdom, in over 60 cities throughout the world, and even in many Russian cities and towns there are people who take to the streets despite very risk. This is heroic. So today we wish a happy birthday to Alexei Navalny. Throughout his political career, he kept his humor and was an author of a number of memes that became viral. And I would like to end with one of them, which may seem far-fetched today, but I think we should keep it in our hearts as he does. Russia will be happy.